Yo, what's going on guys? My name is Jack and welcome back to my channel and another video. This is going to be a video talking about SIV, talking about coaching and what it's all about, and whether it's for you really, whether you want to do it, you want to get into it, and whether SIV makes you a safer pilot and all of that kind of stuff. Stefano and I have been doing coaching over the last few days in Tenerife. We had some Skype sessions and we also did some coaching while we were here. And we were just talking over the last few days about how SIV affects you as a pilot and how acro pilots generally have great control over their glider, and how this kind of then continues across into other disciplines, and how they often fly their gliders in a really controlled manner and in a really safe manner.
As Jack said, I've been reaching him out for some video coaching. I'm an acro pilot and I've been training in El Hierro for the past month. But today we want to talk about SIV and safety skills. In fact, acro is not so much all these hectic videos that you see on YouTube of professional pilots flying super small acro wing to the highest level, but it's more about learning how to control your wing in every configuration, and keeping always at all the time 100% control over your flying skills.
Why do SIV? Now, as Stefano has just said, acro isn't really this sport that's kind of, all the crazy videos that you see on YouTube. It's just an extension of SIV. It's just an extension of the sport, and basically you would never go into paragliding, you would never start paragliding and think, tomorrow I'm going to do 100 kilometers. It's just not going to happen, is it? You start paragliding and step by step, you start ground handling, you have your first flights, you leave the hill for the first time, and you do your first cross country. And what we need to talk about is SIV for you? And personally, I don't know what you think, but personally I think it's for everyone, and I think it should be for everyone.
I think SIV should be for everyone. Practicing safety skills, it's a very important aspect of our sport. Don't forget that every time we go up in the air, we are doing something inherently dangerous.
Yeah.
So we should focus more on our flying skill and invest more on our piloting skills, really, because it's up to our safety. There is this wrong conception of acro. A lot of people think it's a different sport, but as Jack was saying, it's nothing more than an extension of our safety skills, and the flies flying around on my face while I'm talking.
So Stefano, what were you telling me earlier about how other areas in aviation take their safety and take their approach to their licenses?
Yes. As I was saying before to Jack, paragliding is one of the few disciplines, if not the only disciplines, which doesn't include safety skills in the basic training. If we're talking about sailplanes or even commercial piloting, if you want to pilot helicopters or just normal airplanes, safety skills are part of the basic training. You will never be granted a license if you will not be able to recover a stall, for example. So I do believe that at the moment, in our paragliding community, the school system lacks in terms of safety skills, so that normal pilots or pilots coming out of a basic course, they have to reach out to SIV instructors in order to further explore the limits of their machines.
We all know paragliding is an inherently dangerous sport, and I don't want to get too bogged down in how dangerous the sport is, but it can be taken very safely. But having said that, we probably all know a friend that's had an accident. We all probably know a friend that has broken an ankle or worse. We quite often in the UK especially focus on safety in a glider, which is great. We focus on performance in a glider, and we get all this kind of consumerist approach to gliders now, which is not a bad thing. We all like to have the safest equipment, we all like to have the newest equipment, me included. And at the end of the day, I think sometimes we need to not look at, is this the safest glider? Should I get a new glider? Should I get the new Epsilon 9? Should I get the new Iota 2? Should I get the XI or any other glider? We should question, should we invest that extra £2,000, £3,000 into a new paraglider, or should we spend another £1,000 on doing the proper training? If you go and carry out an SIV, or you carry on to become, a pilot which likes to do a couple of helicopters, likes to do some twist there, likes to do a couple of manoeuvres that would be considered to be stepping into the acrobatic world, we would become much happier pilots. We would see a sharp decrease in accidents in our industry, and you're going to become lots more comfortable on your glider. You're going to enhance overall just the amount of fun you're having in the air. And I think if we're not all in the paragliding world to have fun, what are we all here for?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Remember, it's about the attitude with which we go in the air, and it's not about how much money we spent on the newest gear. We can have the newest gear, we can have the perfect glider, but if we don't go out flying with the right attitude and with the right safety skills, no glider is the safest glider. No glider is a safe glider if we go out without the right attitude.
Yeah.
So Jack, I think you might have experienced this with a lot of people reaching out to you, asking you for advice regarding which glider they should get, which class of glider, whether a B, a C, a D class, or maybe an acro wing or a freestyle to get their first maneuvers.
Yeah.
Well, participating in SIV is just about this, being followed by an instructor that knows what he's doing and has been there will allow you to make those decisions by yourself. You will come out from an SIV course with a baggage of experience that will allow you to make those decisions by yourself, and will also allow you to have a much faster progression, whether you want to take your flying to the next level or you just want to fly recreationally, having fun in there.
If we take it back to a sports science approach and we can compare ourselves to computers, we only have a specific amount of capacity on our brains to operate a certain number of tasks. And when you've done an SIV, when you've got a few SIVs or a little bit of acro under your belt, your brain capacity is left with so much more space to operate and to create these actual conscious decisions. Now, when you've done acro and when you've moved into stalls and you've done 200 stalls, let's say, doing a stall is in your subconscious. And with that being said, the subconscious brain acts much quicker than you could ever act and react in a conscious situation. So having all these safety backup plans, whether that's knowing how to do a stall, knowing how to throw your reserve, or knowing where the red handle is, if that's all in your subconscious, you've got so much capacity in your brain to think, okay, I'm flying cross country today, I'm at 5,000 feet, I want to go to that place, I want to go to that place, I'm going to hit this ridge, that's a ridge that's in the sun, I'm going to climb up there and I'm going to go there. You can make all these decisions as you're going along, knowing that you're at 5,000 feet, or whether you're 100 meters, 200 meters above a ridge, and you've got everything covered. You know how to recover the glider, and you know what to do. So you can just concentrate, you can hit your goals a lot quicker.
Nowadays there is a lot of information on YouTube, and people might be tempted to just go on this route by themselves and self-learning. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I can guarantee you that in this sport, in our sport, most of the time it doesn't work. And this year Jack is going to be running an SIV course in May, but regardless of whether you decided to sign up for this course or not, there is plenty of SIV instructors out there.
Yeah.
And I would like to stress the importance of being followed by someone on your first step in the acro world. By doing that, you're going to be sparing yourself a lot of rescues and a lot of mornings probably spent on the beach drying or washing your glider.
Going back to when I did my first SIV course in Lake Garda
What time is it?
2 hours later.
No, he's going to stop, Yes! We've been waiting for the last few minutes for this guy to stop with the angle grinder.
So Jack, you were talking about reaching to a professional to get your safety skills tuned in. For this, I think I can speak for myself, because even though I approached acro at the beginning on the safe way. I went to 3 SIV courses before buying my first freestyle wing. After that I progressed maybe a little too fast, skipping some steps in this case. So far I realized that I've been doing acro in a non-methodical way, and what the result has been is that I've been progressed way too fast without getting the foundations right. And this is the reason why these days I'm here in Tenerife. Jack has been giving me a hand with the foundations of acro, really, which is twisters, misty alley, misty reverse, those maneuvers that really allow you to get 100% control over your wing so that you can progress faster and in a safe and methodical way towards more advanced tricks in the future.
One thing I want to stress is that I don't want to see acro as being branded as this dangerous kind of part of paragliding and this dangerous discipline, when actually it's just a mere extension of SIV, like I said earlier. And in actual fact, some of the cross-country conditions, some of the routes that people put up, you're actually exposing yourself to a far greater danger than when Stefano or I or fellow acro pilots are in Oludenice, in Orgagna, doing the same thing day in, day out for quite a few hours per year in the same places, and we're keeping our parameters very safe, and because of that there's quite a controlled environment for us to progress safely and maintain a safe flying career. Back when I started paragliding, you know, I was being coached by my dad. My dad nurtured this very controlled environment into which I could learn and progress. And then when I started to move on and I went into SIV, I did my first SIV in Lake Garda, and shortly after that I was getting into acro, I was watching YouTube videos and I started to teach myself, and it's not really the best way to go about it. I was learning in Tenerife, doing maneuvers I was merely guessing off YouTube, and with only one rescue, actually not very high and above ground. Now, I don't mind saying that because, you know, I'm still here to tell the tale, and I've fortunately not had any accidents. Then about 9 months later, when I moved into acro, I went to Orgagna, as many of you will know, and I met a lot of like-minded individuals which were able to give me such advice that had skipped all the struggles that I was facing, you know, learning helicopter, learning Misty Heli. The people that have the skills and they've been there and done that already can give you these steps and tell you to do acro in such a methodical way that you can skip certain areas and not face as much struggle as I did, as Stefano has, and your progression won't stall out and you'll keep going in the right direction. Okay, so we're losing the light now. I'm trying to stay focused on keeping my eyes open because I'm getting absolutely blinded. But thanks for watching the video. This was something I just wanted to get off my chest. I've been getting a lot of questions about it recently, especially since I started doing my SIV courses. I've got my SIV courses coming up in May, one in October. I'm doing Skype sessions, I'm doing one-on-one, so get in contact via the links in the description. Sorry about the location change, guys. It was just getting too hot outside and we were suffering too much. I'll be posting many more tutorial videos like this and videos on safety, so if you want to see more, just let me know in the comments down below, and we're back with the normal vlogs on Saturday as usual.